Well, thank you for joining us here. It's week 4 at Nathbet.com. I'm back in sunny San Diego after taking a month away to cover the Olympics. It was good to catch up with family and friends, but we're back here and we're looking to make plenty of profit indeed. One thing to say, one big offer with Sky Bet. Last week it was £5 free bet for new account holders. This week they've doubled it to £10. So get that money, it's completely free. Claim it and then put it on a couple of dead certs and use that profit with my bets, and you've got a free roll there. It's an absolute no-brainer. Get involved straight away. Okay, this week let's go straight on to the daily double as it's been a couple of weeks away. Chelsea we go with first in the Premier League. We fancy them to beat Reading. They're a good price at 5 to 6. Chelsea obviously had plenty of players away for international duty in the week, but so have QPR. They actually had more players away than Chelsea, bizarrely enough. I think that Chelsea have obviously been rolling in the league. Eden Hazard, Torres looks back to his very best, and although QPR, picked up a little bit recently, I think that Chelsea will be too strong for them at Loftus Road. Obviously, there's be a lot made with the John Terry Anton Ferdinand saga, and I'm sure there'll be a bit of niggle in the game. It'll be a tight one, but I fancy Chelsea's quality to come through. At 5 to 6, I think they're a really good price, and I'm definitely taking them this week. Along with that, we're going to League 2. The bane of our frustration last week were Gillingham, who didn't manage to win at home. They could only manage a draw despite dominating the game. Well, we're not shying away from them this week. I'm going to put them again in my daily double, safe double. They're at 4 to 5 to beat Bristol Rovers. Bristol Rovers really struggling. They can't get many points together, especially on the road. And I think that Gillingham will not do us twice. I think they'll come through for us this time, and they are 4 to 5. So the safe double this week, Chelsea 5 to 6, Gillingham at 4 to 5. That gives us about a 2.2 to 1 double with Sky Bet. Okay, on to the treble. I'm into the Championship now, actually. There's a couple of sides who have really struggled this season who I expected to do very well, although they haven't played terrible football, and I expect both of them to get off the mark this weekend with good home fixtures, and I fully expect them to get 3 points. The first one is Burnley under Eddie Howe. They've played pretty well, they've scored plenty of goals. They've obviously missed Jay Rodriguez, who they sold in the summer, but I fancy them to get off the mark. They're at home to Peterborough, who are pointless in the Championship, and 4 to 5 I think is a really good price. So we take Burnley to beat Peterborough at 4 to 5. The second one, relegated side Bolton under Owen Coyle, who was under a bit of pressure actually, not only to keep them up, but to get them straight back up again, but they haven't started well at all in the Championship. However, Watford come to town. Watford don't travel particularly well, and with the likes of Kevin Davis, Chris Eagles, they've got a lot of quality. They haven't sold too many players from that Premier League side, and I think eventually they'll turn things round, starting with the game on Saturday. They're available at 10 to 11, and we take them at that price. Fleetwood Town have been great for us this season. I think we've tipped them twice. They've come through for us twice. Very, very strong at home. Excuse me. And they face Northampton this week, and I think it's going to be exactly the same result. I think it's going to be an easy Fleetwood win, and that's probably about 5 to 6. You might get even money on them. But yeah, we're taking them along with Bolton, along with Burnley. That's a 5.29 to 1 treble with Coral and Paddy Power. The fourfold this week, we take Bolton again. Like I said, 10 to 11 I think is a really good price. I fully expect them to get off the mark and get that first home win. We're going to the Premier League now. And two sides who, well, especially one side who are under a lot of pressure. Well, Brendan Rodgers as well, but we'll come to that later on. First of all, Andre Villas-Boas, who is Spurs. They travel to Reading. Tricky test on paper. However, I think that it's time for the quality to come through. And 11 to 10 to beat Reading, 21 to 20 in some markets. It's just too good to turn down. So we take Spurs to beat Reading. They've got to come good at some time. They've got too much quality. I think Adebayor will now be, nicely integrated. He's been 3 weeks there, and I think him with along the likes of Sigurdsson and Gareth Bale, who we haven't seen much of yet, I think they'll be too strong for Reading. We tipped Sunderland and Swansea last week to draw. They did that at a lovely price of about 2.5 to 1. 9 to 4. Well, they face Liverpool this weekend. Like I said, Brendan Rodgers under a lot of pressure, and I don't think it's going to get any easier for them travelling to the Stadium of Light. I don't think Sunderland will win, Although if there were one of the two sides had to pick to win the game, it would be Sunderland. I think it will be a score draw. Get that on Goals Galore at Betfred. But as for the single bet, we take them at 12-5, 5-2. Sunderland-Liverpool draw is what I fancy. And the last one, another good one for us last week, Forest, Nottingham Forest that is, very, very strong at home. They face a Birmingham side who were tipped to do well this season, but they've struggled, and it's not going to get any easier for them as they travel to Forest. Forest available at 6-5, which I think is a really nice price. So we take them. So that is for the fourfold: Bolton to beat Watford, Spurs to beat Reading, Sunderland-Liverpool draw, and Forest to beat Birmingham City. That's available at about a 28.3, 28.4 to 1 fourfold with Paddy Power and Bet Victor. Really good prices. I think we're going to get a couple of winners this week, actually. I feel really confident here. My recommendations for betting, the points betting this week, for the banker double or the safe double, it's 2 points again. For the treble, 1 point, and for the fourfold, half a point. If you are struggling with points betting and my recommendations, we have a new segment on the page at Nathbet saying money management. It'll show you exactly what to bet, how to bet, and it's very, very simple indeed if you're having any problems with that. Alternatively, please contact us at Twitter or Facebook and we will answer your questions as quickly and as clearly as possible. That's it for this week. Hopefully I'll be back next week with plenty of profits and plenty of profits and lots more to look forward to. I think there's some good prices for next week already. All right, guys, take care, have a great one, and let's win some money. Bye-bye.